Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Chat with Madamwhipass. I decided to remake the Treecy video without playing her video, and just to go over the points that I made. I know how Treecy get down. I only did her video like that in my video because I know she on the ship and she ain't got time and she too drunk to go through shit and flag me. So that's why I deleted the video. But So, if you watched Treecy's video, what was the title of that video? I don't know, but it's child, please. She's drunk as shit, and when I watched it, I was laughing because you like Treecy. She's crazy. She seems like somebody you want to hang out with, kind of, or you wouldn't mind hanging out with, kind of. You know, I don't mind her being loud and all of that and just being having a lot of fun and wanting to have a lot of fun. I'm I'm down with all of that. But with her being dressed the way, especially that white bathing suit was the worst. Anybody let me just keep going. So she's drunk and I I got bits and pieces of her experience out there in the Bahamas. Now, to make a long story short, she talks about the guy, the barmaid or whatever. There was like a special 4 drinks for $20. So Treacy's there with Misunderstood and I think Miss Terry, right? And so yeah, I think I can rightfully assume that the barmaid was like, oh, she asked 4 for 20. So I guess it's for her friends, whatever. So the barmaid brings her all 4 drinks for $20, not realizing that you know Treecy wanted the drinks, but not all at the same time for herself. One now, one in maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. But the barmaid brings it to her all 4 drinks. So she consolidates these drinks. And she was already drunk before she drank these 4 brand new drinks. Well, honey, she kept talking about how she lost, misunderstood, and Miss Terry. And then she found him again at some point, but then she lost him again. I, I'm more inclined to believe that they lost her because after those 4 drinks, she was already near shit faced before the 4 drinks. After those 4 drinks, I could just imagine how she felt. And I know the title says "Poor Treecy in a Very Drunk Madamwhipass," but you like to see something? Here it goes.
Aynen. This portion. Go ahead. Don't touch this button. Don't touch these two. Hey, turn it on. To turn it off, you gotta press that button again. To turn it off. How you feeling? Oh, going to go.
That was me at the age of 20 back in 1987, somewhere in California. I can't even remember what I was drinking, but my sister got me drunk as shit. So when I heard Treecy tell this story, now after drinking all this alcohol, and she said she just wanted a burger and a nap. At some point, Treecy fell, and she shows us in the video. She done scraped her knee. She don't even remember how she fell. She got scraped knee, and then she just needed a nap. That she laid down on the sidewalk in the Bahamas and went to sleep. Now, I'm not going to believe she laid down. She probably got that scrape on her leg. She probably passed the fuck out. That's what happened. And then she said, "Y'all, I don't understand. People got a problem with people sleeping on the sidewalk." Well, who sleeps on the damn sidewalk? Who? When you see somebody sleeping on the sidewalk, who is that person? I'm asking you, the audience. They don't want that shit. This is a tourist area. Can't have you just passed out sleeping on the sidewalk. Well, anyway, she calls it a nap. I say she passed out. She comes to and she's trying to get a cab back to the ship. He wants $10. She don't have cash. She wants to use the credit card. He's not accepting the credit card, and it's a whole fucking conspiracy, according to Treecy. Well, thank God Treecy made it back to the ship without misunderstood, without Miss Terry. Treecy seems to think that she lost them. I beg to differ. But I was so, I experienced so much ambivalence listening to this story because, half of me wants to laugh. The other half of me is completely fucking mortified. Now, the video I just showed you of me 20 years ago, I think that was Treecy without the regurgitation. But completely out of it, shit faced drunk. So drunk that she needs to go to sleep right there on the damn sidewalk. Now, that situation right there, first of all, I know I talked about poor misunderstood, poor Miss Terry. They need to ditch Treecy. But that was just on the strength of how she was dressed and on the ship. Although crazy shit happens on a ship from time to time. But that was just, no. But once off the ship, literally in another country. You don't lose your drunk friend unless you just walk off from them. And I would have never done that. I'd have been pissed off with Treecy. I'd have been cussing her ass out when she was drunk. I'd have been cussing her ass out when she was sober. Because I would have wasted precious time babysitting her drunk ass. Making sure she gets back on the boat. I would have brought her fucking ass right to Jay Wilson and told him to keep an eye on her fucking ass. And that's if time permitted that I can go off the ship and go on some excursion or whatever. But I'd be pissed off. But I would make sure that she was safely back on that boat. And hey, maybe it's just me. I'm really old school. Because when you go out with your friends, you all go out together, you come back home together. Don't nobody leave nobody for no reason. I don't care if y'all get pissed off and cuss each other out. Nah, I wouldn't have never left her in another country sleeping on the fucking sidewalk drunk. They could have kept up with her. In her state, as drunk as she was, it was not hard to keep up with Treecy. But hey, I think I can find the humor in it because she's safe so far. At least she made it. I don't know what she's doing now. She's probably asleep like she should be. And, she's back on the ship. But anything could have happened. The cab driver could have been a grimy ass predator and said, yeah, I'll take you to the ship, and could have took her someplace remote on that island because they know that island like the back of their hand. Treecy could have been gang raped. Treecy could have ended up being the black Natalie Holloway. Gone, disappeared, never to see another trace of her. Treecy could have been fish food by now. And so again, hey, LA, how you doing? So that's why I shouldn't look at the chat. It always throws me off. So again, imagine me, as you seen that little home video I played of myself, in another country, drunk like that with some friends, and they leave me. Or I lose them, put it that way. You see the condition I was in? Could you imagine me out in another country, out in the street? I didn't know in that moment in that video whether I wanted to sleep or throw up. And I guess I just really needed to throw up and then go to sleep. So, once again, they still on the ship. As far as Treecy's concerned, so far, so good. She's still alive. And, all this sleeping on the sidewalk and falling, don't know how she fell and whatever. She probably passed out and fell when she scraped her knee. But according to her, she is living her best life and having fun. And hey, that's her kind of fun. And if that's what she enjoys, getting shit-faced drunk and passing out on the sidewalk in another country and losing your friends, if that's her kind of fun, who am I to say anything? I'm glad she's having fun. I think that shit is dangerous. But, you know, I can see myself hanging out with Treecy. I really can. Minus the excessive drinking and her choice of fashion. You know, I don't mind dressing sexy and we all dressing sexy and all that, but it has to be tasteful. Or am I just an old bitch and need to shut up? Because as far as I can see, nobody else had a problem. Well, I wouldn't say nobody, but a handful of people took issue with that white bathing suit. A handful of people took issue with her showing up to the port in a bathing suit and a scarf wrapped around her waist. You know, a lot of people, only a handful took issue with that. And hey, maybe I'm just too old. Maybe that's how y'all do things today. Well, if that's how, well, but you know what? I'm not that much older than Treecy. Treecy is over 50 years old. I don't know anybody in their mid 30s who behave like that. I don't know. Is she going through a midlife crisis or something? Because she is not dressing nor behaving like somebody over 50. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe she's going through something. And I want everybody to enjoy themselves and live their best life. But just do it wisely and safely. That's all. That's all. Maybe safety and wisdom is not applicable to all these subscribers in the chat room who are egging Treecy on. Because that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Safety and wisdom be damned. But then a lot of y'all out here think that 40s and 50s are old and you in your 30s. And they act like, if they keep on living, they ain't going to see those ages. They ain't going to see my age. I don't get it. I don't get this ageism shit out here in these YouTube streets. Because again, the same people who always call me old are now the age I was in their late 40s when they started calling me old. So what does that make them? You old. You better pray that you are blessed to live long enough to see my age. Because I ain't 6 feet under. I'm not crippled. I got all activity of my limbs. I'm still in my right mind. And I still can run up and down a damn mountain. I hardly ever going to be ashamed of my age. So I got 5 people. It is 3:17 in the morning. I'm going to put the link. I just feel like chit-chatting with somebody. Come on up and hit the link and chit chat. Let's chew the fat. I ain't gonna play no music. YouTube is getting sick of me with the music, so I can play their YouTube sucky music. Come on, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to hit the link. Somebody, y'all might be listening behind in the stream. But yeah, that was a 20-year-old Madamwhipass. Yeah, good Lord. And I've never been drunk like that again, ever. Actually, I can honestly say it was many years after that video before I took another drink. I mean, I can even go probably 12 or 15 years. And then after that, I would drink a margarita whenever I went out to dinner. Maybe no more than 4 times a year. And over the last 7 years, I would drink y'all know, my eggnog and rum around this time of the year because it just tastes so good. But then I found this Captain Morgan Long Island iced tea. I love the way it tastes, but it really gets me fucking drunk. Not drunk like in that video. I'll never get drunk like that again. That's some bullshit. That was the most nastiest feeling. Ugh. I don't ever want to feel like that again in life, and I haven't. But I do enjoy this Long Island iced tea, Captain Morgan. And between me and you, I actually think I've been drinking a lot of it a little bit too much on the weekends. That's when I got time to sit down and have some Long Island iced tea by Captain Morgan. But yeah, it's a nice summer drink. But summer's over. Why am I still drinking this shit? Because it's so good. Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. Somebody hit the link. LA, where you at? Don't come up here cussing me out, LA. Let's be nicey. Tell me what's been going on in the sector. Yeah. But yeah, man, I was mortified when when she said in the video she laid out and went to sleep. That girl fell out. That's why her knee is scraped up. And then, misunderstood and Miss Terry were nowhere around. That was so mortifying. That should have mortified you guys too. Anybody who was listening should have been like, what? But you can sigh a sigh of relief. She's back on the ship making a video talking about it. But man, that could have been went a whole different direction. Thank God it didn't, man. That would that could have really been something awful. But yeah, I mean, I would like to hang out with Treecy. I would, but not when she get drunk like that, and not walking around dressed the way she does. It's just embarrassing. Yeah, I guess Jay Wilson was right. There are no friends on YouTube. And every time he says that, I'm thinking about in terms of, okay, you can't talk to people on YouTube and all that good stuff. You know, they're only using you to get information. There's no friends on YouTube. Those are, that's along the lines I was thinking. You can't trust people. But I would never think if y'all go on a cruise together and yeah, one of y'all gets shit faced drunk and probably was getting on your nerve all since Friday, since you set foot on the cruise, or maybe even before you got on the cruise. But still, y'all choose to go off the ship to the Bahamas and you don't keep up with her enough, you know, just leave her out there, man. And, look, then was it Misunderstood's video? I think it was Misunderstood's video. And I think that's where Treecy was drinking those 4 drinks for $20. And I just found it interesting that there was a couple of guys, the guys who helped her get on the internet. They was buzzing around her, sniffing around her. Out of all the people, they were sniffing around her. You know? Why? Because they knew. Oh, shut up. Oh, what was I going to say? Everybody get in everybody's business. Everybody provides commentary. But when I do it, it's a fucking problem. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Fuck out of here and don't come back. How about that? You want to act like you somebody other than who you not. You want to act like you are somebody other than you not. Then you're not. Now you banned on both platforms. Fuck out of here. Now, what was I saying? Damn it. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, anybody gonna hit the link? Anybody gonna hit the link? There's 8 people. Come on, hit the link. Oh, y'all all just piling in because you want to see a snippet of a home video of drunk Madamwhipass. But yeah, I was shit faced drunk in that video. I would hope that if I was shit faced drunk like that in another country with some friends, I put in quotation marks, that they would see to it that I was safe. Oh, so that's what I was saying. Jay Wilson always says, there's no friends on YouTube. And I was always under the impression of, yeah, you can't talk to people on the phones from YouTube and this and that and the other because they'll stab you in the back. Ain't nobody friends. But I would think if you're willing to go on a cruise with somebody and you're going to be with this person over the course of several days, that number one, you went on the cruise because you trust. I mean, who would go on a cruise with somebody who ain't their friend? You know what I mean? I wouldn't go book a cruise with an acquaintance. If I'm gonna make this the decision to go on a cruise and hang out with you, at that point I consider you a friend. But that's just me. Maybe I'm stupid. So I would think that once you cross over to deciding to go on a cruise together, you know, or you meet up on a cruise, like, man, I cruised by myself last February. I met so many people. I was hanging out with so many different people. Went on a couple or one or two excursions with somebody I had just met on the ship, and I didn't know this person until I met them on the cruise. I probably knew them for what, maybe at that point, maybe 3 or 4 days. If something happened to them, I don't even know this person well enough, but I would never leave them on that island. Whatever the situation may be, if they got shit faced, drunk, whatever the case. Look, we got off this island together to get on this excursion. We getting back on the ship together. I mean, but hey, I'm an old bitch. What do I know, right? I would think that's just common decency. So there are no friends on YouTube. Again, I would think if you decide with your friends, all of y'all agree, okay, we're going to book this cruise and we're going to go and have fun on this 3-day cruise to the Bahamas, that y'all would really kind of like protect each other. But then again, if you want to stand on the side of misunderstood and Miss Terry, and this is just me assuming, I could be wrong. I'm not stating any of this as fact, other than what Treecy said in her video. But standing in their shoes, Treecy probably was annoying as hell. Treecy was probably annoying as hell. She probably irritated the fuck out of them. They spent their money just like Treecy did. And no, they're not obligated to babysit Treecy because Treecy decides to drink like a fish and get shit faced drunk. They're not obligated. Nobody's obligated to do anything. If they left her drunk, passed out on the sidewalk in another country, they're not obligated to babysit her and make sure she get back safely on the ship. No, they are not obligated to do that. They paid a lot of money to get on that cruise, and I'm sure they wanted to get their money's worth. And I'm sure it was annoying to have someone slow them down and, just be sluggish in them trying to get the experience of the cruise and the island that they were looking for. I mean, can't really blame them either. But maybe they don't know about the code. If y'all leave together to go someplace, all of y'all come back home together. I'm just saying. But hey, these are all women. I don't know how old Miss Terry is. Um, Misunderstood is close to 50. Treecy's over 50. They all should know better. But who knows how much of a pain in the ass that Treecy has been to them? Who knows? Treecy probably was a real freaking pain in the ass. The whole trip. And who am I to judge them for being totally frustrated? Because I didn't walk in their shoes dealing with Treecy on this cruise. Who's to say they didn't get so frustrated, irritated, and agitated that they was like, fuck this stupid bitch. I don't give a fuck. And did what they wanted to do and went back on the ship. On that end, can you really blame them? No. No. But I'm just saying, for me, me, especially if I knew Treecy done passed out on the fucking sidewalk, but she want to call it taking a nap. I would have just stuck with her and got her back on the boat. Because that's how I was raised. Listen, there was no way I would leave Treecy in that condition and find myself back on the boat, not knowing what is going on with her or anything. God forbid if she would have got Natalie Holloway. That would fuck up the rest of my life. I probably would start doing all kinds of drugs, trying to mask the pain and the issues and all that shit that I left that chick out there like that in another country, passed out on the fucking sidewalk. I, I don't know if I'd do meth, but I'd be getting high every day off of something. And it wouldn't just be eggnog and rum or Captain Morgan's Long Island iced tea. Nah, I'd need some shit to help me cope with that. I promise you. I would need some shit to help me cope with that. If something happened to her, we left the boat together. She's been pissing me off the whole fucking weekend and embarrassing me and irritating me and agitating me. And and she passes out on the sidewalk in another country, and I just went back on the ship. And next thing you know, ship is taking off. Where's Treecy? Treecy out there living her best life, I guess. Of 30 days later, after the cruise, where's Treecy? We won't see it flashing on CNN and MSNBC and Fox News 24/7 like they do white women. Treecy just be gone. Gang raped and murdered someplace. And my life, I promise you, would never be the same. I'd be a fucking basket case. The conviction that I would feel in my spirit would be unmeasurable and deeply profound. But I'm just talking about me. But I can stand in the shoes, and I'm assuming again. I think I'm rightfully assuming. You can't tell me that Treecy did not get on the nerves of Miss Terry or the nerves of Misunderstood. You cannot tell me that Treecy never got on their nerves the whole weekend. Can you honestly believe that Treecy did not get on their nerves the entire weekend? If you watch Misunderstood's video, you start at the 21-minute mark, you could see Misunderstood was irritated by Treecy. She was irritated then. I ain't gonna play that video. Go look for it yourself. When it's the video Misunderstood when she says in the Bahamas or something. That's the title. Something it lets you know they finally in the Bahamas. Go to the 20, start at the 21-minute mark. You see for yourself. Irritated as fuck by Treecy. Hey, it could be said that perhaps Misunderstood and Miss Terry were going in one direction and was telling Treecy to come on, and Treecy said, "No, I'm going over here." Me? I would have followed drunk ass Treecy living her best life. Woo! Still trying to coax her drunk ass back to the fucking ship. Annoyed, irritated, pissed the fuck off that I'm wasting my time that I paid for to enjoy myself in the Bahamas, but I gotta babysit this bitch and make sure she's back on the ship safe. I'm not expecting. I don't expect Misunderstood or Miss Terry to have been so altruistic. And I'm not saying I'm all that altruistic. I'm just saying that's how I would have dealt with it. And then when Treecy sobered up, because I wouldn't even waste a breath trying to cuss Treecy out while she's drunk. Words ain't going nowhere. I would wait until I saw a sober Treecy and I'd have cussed her fucking ass out. That's what I would have done. But through all of that, I would have made sure Treecy was back on that boat safe. Mad as fuck, all that. But I wouldn't have left her passed out on the fucking sidewalk in another country. But there are no friends on YouTube. I would think there's some sort of friendship again once you all decide to coagulate and go on a cruise together. Well, you don't know what it was like to hang out with Treecy. He's so annoying and so irritated, so agitated, so this. Yeah. Well, you signed up to go on a cruise with this bitch. Y'all could have decided not to get off the ship with her. Y'all could have decided that. But y'all got off the ship with her. But thank God. I told you that last video I made, not the one about Treecy, the other one. I kept saying, God takes care of babies and fools. And that was like really a quick silent prayer within myself. Lord, take care of Treecy. Because I already knew she was going to be a fool. But y'all, is it just me or what? I mean, were y'all raised like that when you go out with your friends? That, y'all all leave together? Y'all all come back home together? Or is that just a New York thing? I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't understand how Treecy was passed out on the fucking sidewalk and her friends were nowhere to be found. Oh, so it's not just me. If Treecy had been that annoying and irritating and embarrassing on the ship, then I would not have left the ship with her to step on shore. Mm-mm. I would make sure I would not be responsible. Hey, I didn't leave the ship with you, Treecy. Not to say I wouldn't feel bad if something dastardly happened to her, but I didn't leave the ship with her, so therefore I didn't see her once I was off the ship. I went in on my excursion. I did this and that and the other. She was not participating in the same activities as I. So therefore, I wouldn't feel no obligation to be responsible for her and her drunk ass. But hey, what do I know? Leonard, are you going to hit the link? Yeah, it's just basic human decency. And basic human decency should trump your embarrassment, your irritation, your agitation with said drunk individual. But again, maybe that's just me. What do I know? You know? Do you ever hit links, Leonard? You should hit this link. Yeah, that's that saying. When people show you who they are, believe them. Oh, you half asleep. Okay. When people show you who they are, believe them. Yeah, well, Treecy been showing us that she's a wild chick who likes to have fun, who can be loud. Woo! But when she goes to party, she goes to party and she might get shit faced drunk or whatever, and she'll go walk around in a bathing suit from sun up to sundown with her nipples poking out, nipples be out saying, woo! You know, Treecy has showed us who she is. I believe her. but I would never leave her. I would never leave her in a drunken state of mind. Let me emphasize that. I would never leave her in a sober mind in another country. I would never leave her in a drunken mind in another country. Now on the ship, if she pissy drunk, I would see her back to her cabin, and that's it. I'll go and do what I want to do, or whatever I was doing, or maybe I just want to go to my own damn cabin and go to bed. Who knows? But either way, in a drunken mind, I would make sure she is as safe as possible. Now, would I ditch half naked Treecy with her nipples sticking out, talking about, woo! And she sober? Yeah, I'd ditch her. I'd ditch her on the ship. I wouldn't ditch her like that on an island. But on the ship, yeah, I'd ditch her. And she's been embarrassing me and just loud and obnoxious and all of that, but she's sober, I'd ditch her on the ship. Anyway, I just see 10 people up here in this chat. Somebody ought to come and hit the link because I feel like chit-chatting. JoJo Dancer says, Treecy has been on Earth over 50 years and has survived. She is enjoying herself and is alert and oriented. She wasn't alert when she was passed out on the concrete, drunk like shit. You call that being alert? That's what you call being alert, JoJo? That's alert. I say she passed out. You know damn well she passed out. But Treecy said she needed to take a nap. She done scraped her leg. She don't know how. That's because she passed out and scraped her leg. But let's go with Treecy. She just needed to take a nap on the sidewalk. You call that being alert? You call that enjoying herself? That sound like fun to you, huh? Apparently she came to. Some men were waking her up because she was saying apparently they have a problem with people sleeping on the sidewalk. And she said, what was the term she used? All of a sudden, she figured out how to get back to the ship and she just started following people. That's how she made it back to the ship. All of a sudden, it dawned on her how to get back to the ship. So nobody's alert when they're taking a nap on a sidewalk in another country. Now, I'm only telling you what she said. But Jay Wilson always says there are no friends on YouTube. That statement, there are no friends on YouTube. How do I feel about that? Do I agree or disagree? I don't know. She didn't say. Yes, she was alert enough to tell the story, but she was not alert while she was napping on the sidewalk, JoJo dancing. I mean, really. And when she was making the video, she wasn't sobered up then. She still was drunk as a skunk. Now, what was I saying? You see, I need to stop reading the damn chat. Because I was getting ready to say something. What was I talking about? Damn. I don't know. I started to say something, but now I forgot. Because I'm answering JoJo Dancing, who says she was alert enough to tell the story. Anything could have happened to her on that damn sidewalk. Somebody could have picked her up with her napping self and put her in a cab and said, "Oh, we're going to take you to the ship." They could have took her any place on that island. She had already passed out in the street, JoJo. And you could see on the video she was drunk as a skunk. Come on now. Woo! But, she calls that a good time. And you know what? If that's a good time to her, that's a good time to her. That don't look like no fucking fun to me. But I just want her to be safe, that's all. And I'm glad she's safe. But shit, you get on with a couple of people, man. I was mortified as she was telling the story because that shit could have went way freaking left. Yes, sir. Way freaking left. Yeah, look, I don't have a problem with people coming in the chat room supporting Treecy because I support Treecy. Like I said, I always like Treecy. But Jesus Christ, she scared the shit out of me just listening to her. She's like, "Oh, I just had to take a nap." No. Translation, I passed out on the sidewalk, scraped my knee or my leg. And again, I don't know if you saw Misunderstood's video when they were at the bar in the Bahamas. I just noticed how those native men started swarming around only Treecy because they seen that well, her bathing suit wasn't that bad. I just wish she had like on, a pair of slacks or some shorts or something, but she just wearing that wrap. That looks crazy. And you could clearly see she was drunk then and she was loud, bringing attention to herself. And those island men started swarming around her. You know? But like I said, God takes care of babies and fools. And that was my prayer at the end of my last video. God takes care of babies and fools. Jesus Christ, man, that could have went really freaking bad. Really, really, really bad. And even now, I'm still nervous. They still on that ship. Anything can happen. And it seems like they're all quiet. I think they all pooped out. They sleep. Ain't nobody partying. They sleep. They don't should have packed up already. Get ready to disembark. Ooh, excuse me, in the morning. They done had a fun-filled weekend, eating a whole bunch of food and things, as they should. But yeah, Treecy didn't go live, and I can tell you why Treecy didn't go live since that drunk video. Because Treecy finally got something to eat, and she probably went to sleep, and she probably gonna sleep for a good 12 hours. I imagine they might dock about 7 in the morning, and everybody got to get off that boat. And I think Treecy and Misunderstood are staying two extra days in Florida. I think they're going to South Beach or something. Ugh. I'm not sure. But okay, look, go on to South Beach. But I tell you, after babysitting Treecy in the Bahamas, I ain't going no place with you once we get off the ship. Either I'll be going home or well, I ain't going running around South Beach by myself. But I definitely wouldn't be running around South Beach with Treecy no more. I would be too done. I've had enough of you for this weekend. Hey, View. I wouldn't do South Beach with Treecy if I was MU. I would have been Treecy'd out. No, I've had enough. Because what you think Treecy gonna do in South Beach? Walk around in her bathing suit, drinking. Same shit she was doing. Oh, no, 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 no. Good night. Say good night, Treecy. Treecy be like, good night, Treecy. Woo! I'm living. Oh, no. I just can't. If MU goes to South Beach with Treecy for 2 more days, mm. I mean, really. I mean, if you left her passed out on the sidewalk in the Bahamas, why would you still want to hang with her for 2 more days after the cruise? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. They can ride in Octavius' SUV with the rims. I guess. Mm, mm, mm. You all right, View? View said she getting into bed listening. Yeah, I had to do another video View because I was playing Treecy's video, and I know how Treecy get down, but I knew she was on the ship. Number one, she was too drunk to go trying to find my video to flag it because I'm playing her video. And number two, she couldn't be wasting her internet trying to flag a video. So that's the only reason why I did it like that. But of course, I deleted it right after. So I did this video without the music, without Treecy's video, and just talking about the situation. You know, as I was doing, View. And I don't know if you listened from the beginning, but I played a home video of a drunk Madamwhipass. That was me at 20. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine being in that condition that I was in the video with some friends on a cruise, and I'm drunk like that off the ship in another country, and they just leave me like that. Shit, I wouldn't speak to them bitches again. Well, didn't nobody tell you Madamwhipass to get drunk like that? No. But since I did, and I was in a fucked up condition, and we all left together to get on this cruise, we all left together off the boat to get on the island. I guess what I'm trying to say, if it was the other way around, I wouldn't have left your ass there. How about that? You know? How about that? Mm-mm-mm. So nobody's going to hit the link, huh? What time is it? It's 4:04 a.m. I've been on here an hour and 7 minutes. All right, enough is enough. What am I going to do? I guess I'll go to bed. I hope not. I mean, Treecy says she just walked with the people. She says she lost MU and Miss Terry, and she all of a sudden it came to her how to get back on the ship, and she just walked with the people, and she got back on the ship. She says JoJo, prior to her getting walking to the ship, she tried to take a cab, and the cab said it would be $10, but she only had a credit card. He only took cash, and she's like, "I'm just trying to get back to the ship to get a burger." And it was some, and then apparently she didn't take the cab, but she finally figured out how to get back to the ship, and she just started following the people. So where was MU? I don't think it's easy to lose a drunk person. It ain't easy. Look, it ain't easy to lose a loud, conspicuously drunk person such as Treecy. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just going by what was delivered by Treecy in her video. That's all I'm going by. Again, they could have been together and they were like, "Come on, Treecy, we're leaving. We're going back to the boat, or we're going over here or over there." And Treecy's like, "I'm living my best life. Woo!" And was walking in the other direction. Should they have allowed her to continue to walk in the other direction in her drunk ass condition? Or should they have been like, "You know what? Let her go on about her business. Come on, let's go." Again, like I said, honestly, frankly, they're really not obligated to babysit her. They're really not. No one is obligated to take care of somebody who's drunk in another country that they got off the ship with. They don't have to. Everybody got free will and free choices. But I would think, at least I this is the first I'm hearing or knowing of a Miss Terry. I don't know her relationship with Treecy. I don't know if they just met at the ship or whatever. I don't know any of that. But we know MU and Treecy are friends. And since Treecy is my friend, I would have made sure she'd never left my side in her drunk condition, even if I had to follow her drunk ass. I would have made sure she was safe. She got back on that ship safe. Which video are you talking about? Hmm? What video are you talking about? You just want to be contrary. Let me see. Where is it? It's the We Back Day 2 Trees Mutation. That video. Now, if you can't tell she's drunk in that video, JoJo, you just in here trolling, and I'm about to block you. You can't tell she's drunk in that video. Are you kidding me? No, JoJo's in here trolling. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on. Where you at? Let's go live chat. Oh, there goes JoJo. And you're going in timeout. Matter of fact, you're going to time out for a whole 24 hours. There you go. You tell me she ain't drunk. You fucking in here trolling. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. She does not sound drunk or look drunk. Jojo, please. You're timed out for 24 hours. I don't expect people to agree with everything I have to say. But when something is clear and blatant, don't tell me the sky is pink when it's blue. I mean, really. Anyway, if nobody's going to hit the link and chit chat with me, it's 4:12, and I guess I'll go to bed. But it's been a pleasure. And yeah, it is what it is. Peace.